Monkey is on fire. 6 browser dabs blaze on the screen like tiny bonfires of productivity. His to-do list stretches 14 items long, each one highlighted, boxed, and lovingly color-coded because nothing says organized like pastel panic. 3 half-empty coffee cups line the battlefield beside his keyboard, each one a dark badge of honor. He types with heroic intensity, fingers drumming like a caffeinated drummer at a startup keyboard concert. Task windows flip faster than a magician's cards. He mutters productivity buzzwords under his breath: time block, synergy, deep work, and finally leans back, grins, and sighs with triumph. "I'm so productive," he declares. Freeze frame. Except, nothing meaningful is finished. The spreadsheet is still empty. The email draft still dear and clinging to a lonely blinking cursor. The document he swore he'd finish today now contains a magnificent title, and then nothing else. Monkey scrolls, switches tabs, sips stale coffee like it's a victory toast. He's surrounded by motion, notifications, pop-ups, a calendar full of meetings he's too tired to remember. To an outside observer, he looks like the embodiment of hustle. To reality, he's just swirling in place. Monkey isn't productive, he's noisy. The narrator's voice drifts in, half amused, half sympathetic. Monkey has mastered the ancient art of looking busy while doing absolutely nothing. Monkey blinks. For a second, he almost wonders if something is missing. Then another notification pings, and his attention scampers away like a banana-thieving squirrel.
But here's the question, the one poking gently through the noise. Why does Monkey's brain reward this chaos? Why does staring at a blinking cursor feel like progress? Why does his inner applause meter explode with every tiny movement that achieves nothing? Something strange is happening inside that fuzzy head. And if we peek behind the frantic clicking and glowing screens, we just might find the secret chemical trick that keeps monkeys spinning in circles, convinced he's working, while the real work waits patiently in the corner. The narrator leans closer, whispering like a curious scientist. Let's dig inside that brain of his and watch how the monkey mind confuses motion for meaning. Inside Monkey's skull, lights flash like a control room run by toddlers and espresso. His brain hums happily, convinced something important is happening. But here's the twist. This whole circus has very little to do with real progress. Back in the wild, constant movement meant survival. Rustle the bushes, climb a tree, gather a banana, each little action kept Monkey alive. So his ancestors' brains evolved a reward system for visible activity. Movement meant safety. Stillness? Potential predator snack. Fast forward to today, that same wiring is still running the show. But instead of hunting fruit, Monkey's chasing notifications. His brain doesn't care that these tabs and emails don't feed him. It just registers, look, motion, must be success.
Every time he opens a new document, checks a message, or drags another task into a folder marked urgent, a quick burst of dopamine flickers. That's the same chemical spark that once shouted, "Good job surviving!" Only now it whispers, "Good job clicking!" The cruel joke is that dopamine doesn't wait for results, it celebrates the start. Monkey gets a micro-reward just for beginning something, even if he never finishes. Every open tab, every false alarm ding, every proud little checkmark hands out another shiny participation trophy inside his head. His brain can't tell the difference between action and achievement, between noise and note. The system that once kept him alive is now keeping him distracted. Monkey's not lazy. He's chemically scammed.
Monkey's workday looks like a juggling act choreographed by caffeine. One paw answers messages, another drags colored blocks around a digital calendar. Between them, he keeps flicking through planning apps.
each one promising to change his life, none of them sticking around long enough to actually help. A meeting notification pops up, he joins, nods heroically, and leaves with another list of things that look impressive on paper but mean absolutely nothing. From the outside, it's an impressive show, a flurry of clicks, calls, and color-coded chaos. Inside, though, his brain is paying a heavy toll. Every time Monkey jumps from chat to spreadsheet to meeting to notes, his attention bleeds a few drops. That tiny leak, called a switching cost, adds up until his energy is spent before any real progress begins. Still, his brain delights in the movement. It mistakes busyness for importance, rhythm for result. Monkey mistakes momentum for meaning, thinking that if he constantly moves, he must be producing value. The more windows he juggles, the louder that illusion hums in his ears. Look how much you're doing. But there's the trap. He's running on a treadmill, cheering for miles that don't count. Each new notification gives him the comfort of purpose, but comfort isn't progress. It's a soft, padded cage that feels like forward motion while keeping him perfectly still. This is the busyness paradox. Constant effort that soothes Monkey's anxious brain without moving him a single inch closer to what matters.
Monkey doesn't just keep busy because he likes noise. He keeps busy because silence terrifies him. Deep work is uncomfortable. It's slow, uncertain, and sometimes points straight at his fears of not being smart enough, fast enough, or ready enough. So instead of facing that blank screen, he dives into the shallow pool. Quick emails, quick replies, quick tasks. They feel productive and painless. Tiny emotional snacks that keep the anxiety monsters quiet for a while. Answering messages or rearranging folders gives him a warm little glow of safety. Those are easy wins, friction-free proof that he's still doing something. Busyness becomes armor, a shiny suit that hides the doubt underneath. As long as he's moving, he doesn't have to face whether any of it actually matters. Monkey's afraid of the quiet. Silence exposes procrastination. When the noise stops, he can hear the echo of all the things he's putting off, and that's far scarier than another notification. So he keeps hammering the keyboard, creating soundtracks of false momentum, too overwhelmed to realize he's the one pressing play. Let's see how he digs himself deeper, one notification at a time. Inside Monkey's head, the dopamine machine is rattling again. Every time he opens a new document, makes a list, or decorates his planner with fresh colors, a little slot machine dings inside his brain. The reels spin, the lights flash. Jackpot, one hit of "I'm doing great." Monkey's brain adores beginnings. Planning, outlining, labeling, these are the safe thrills of productivity cosplay. The first 5 seconds of any new task drop a shiny coin of dopamine into a system, promising excitement before the real work even begins. It's not about results. It's about that tiny buzz of just started something new. In his mind's eye, he's standing in front of a dopamine vending machine, shoving in coin after coin. Each new task, each new idea is another spin. But there's a catch. The more coins he feeds, the less fuel he keeps. That chemical jolt that once powered progress now powers distraction. Monkey winds up jittery, busy, and drained, all while convinced he's being productive. The tragedy is that his own brain designed the trap. Dopamine was meant to drive action toward rewards, but now it fires for false starts, the illusion of purpose over and over again. Still, there's a way out of this loop, because the same brain that learned the scam can also unlearn it. Cut to Monkey sitting proudly at his desk, eyes shining with accomplishment. Every sticky note is crossed out, every checkbox ticked in satisfying neon.
His inbox flashes the mythical words, 0 new messages. Trumpets could play, confetti could fall. In theory, this is victory. He leans back, arms behind his head, soaking in the glow of success. Yet something feels off. There's no spark, no deep breath of fulfillment, just a hollow buzz, like static after a song ends too soon. The silence that follows is deafening. Monkey glances around. His projects haven't moved forward. The big dream, the thing all these tasks were supposed to serve, is right where he left it, untouched. He whispers, half amused, half ashamed, "Maybe I've been doing a lot in circles." The narrator steps in gently, voice softer now, less teasing. That's the moment it clicks. Monkey finally spots the real enemy, not laziness, but distraction dressed as productivity. For the first time, Monkey stops moving. No tabs, no buzzing, just the uncomfortable, liberating quiet that comes right before change.
Now that Monkey understands the trap, the fix doesn't look impossible. It just needs structure. The narrator rolls up invisible sleeves and lays out 5 quick rewires, equal parts simple and sneaky. Number 1, the 1 banana rule. Each morning, Monkey picks just one real task, the single banana that actually feeds his goals. That's the only one that really counts. Everything else? Garnish. One good banana beats a basket of half-peeled attempts. Number 2, time boxing. All the shallow chores, emails, texts, tiny admin tasks get their own cage on the schedule. A clear start, a clear stop. When that time ends, the cage closes. Monkey can't let those small creatures escape and chew through his deep work hours ever again. Number 3, the output test. Before declaring victory, he asks a brutal question. Did this create visible value? Something finished, shipped, or shared counts. Drafts and rearranged task lists don't. Movement only matters if it leaves a footprint. Number 4, digital mute mode. Those constant notifications, they're banana-scented landmines. Every ding hijacks the reward system and slices focus like a machete. So he kills the pings, checks messages in batches, and feels his brain exhale for the first time in years. Number 5, visible progress board. Monkey swaps his hour tracker for a results wall. Every completed task gets pinned in plain sight, a visual scoreboard of real progress instead of performative busyness. Seeing growth day by day beats staring at a crowded calendar that proves nothing.
The narrator laughs softly. Otherwise, Monkey keeps worshiping his schedule like its performance stage, dancing hard, applauded by nobody, producing nothing. Monkey nods. For the first time, his day feels lighter, cleaner, real. Monkey wakes up the next morning and something's different. The desk is clean, the calendar calm. Instead of 14 frantic goals, one clear task sits at the top of his list. He starts the timer, takes a sip of coffee, and simply works. No switching tabs, no fireworks, no chaos, just focus. Minutes turn into quiet rhythm. When he finishes, he leans back and waits for the old anxious itch to grab another distraction, but it doesn't come. Instead, a deeper satisfaction settles in, the kind he never got from juggling 10 things half done. For once, the silence feels earned, not uncomfortable. He glances around and smiles. Monkey's no longer dancing with chaos, he's building calm momentum. The jungle's still noisy out there, but inside his head, the drums have slowed to a steady beat. Busyness is noise. Progress is music. Choose to compose, not to clutter. If this helped your inner monkey slow down and focus, toss a quiet banana his way.
He earned this snack slowly.